Abusia na sekesesi e wo Ghana ene say former first lady na Agyeman-Rawlings e dey a wan sorry waka inchinagu ama say Ghana mamu nyina ayareho former first lady onya 76 years na yesi na say ne ho dodo ne kakra ma Okoridge Hospital ene ewie ya ne beto ja say maame no antimi anso okọ ne kra achi tebusia ninko change ni.
This rather sad development is playing out. We'll start off at her residence where my colleague Grace Hamwa Agyeman is stationed and bring you a bit more on this. Grace, tell us what you're picking up from Nana Konadu's residence.
You can go. Circle Tourist link here at Ridge is the residence of the Rawlingses, and it is just some few minutes drive away also from the Ridge Hospital, where it is reportedly said that the former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings was on admission after a prolonged illness and now has been called to rest or is now reported dead. The scene here at the residence is quite solemn and calm. We only see media men who might have also heard the news of her demise coming here just as is suspected of them. The military or the security presence or the security personnel here tell us that we are not allowed to film so close to the residence, and so we are here right opposite the residence, and the information, they don't have information of what has happened, but as reports are saying, the former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings was on admission at the Ridge Hospital and she has died. She was the former First Lady or the First Lady of Ghana from 1981 to 2001, and she is known for her establishment of the 31st December Women's Movement in 1982, which was established to help women in political participation, education, and also for entrepreneurship. Her last public appearance was when she attended the funeral of the Asante Hima in the Asante Kingdom in the Ashanti region. We also know that before that she was at the wreath laying ceremony for the funeral of the 8 who died in the helicopter crash. And so, just as you heard it, yes, reports indicate that the former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings has passed on. We have not received any official information or notice from the residence or the house, which is right behind me. But the scene here is that media men from various media houses are gathering here. We see some vehicles going in and out of the house, and nobody is speaking to us yet. But the scene here definitely looks like there's something that's going on, and people are also interested. A few of the residents who live here, you also see one or two of them gathered in front of their homes. Because the area is a security area, you don't see a lot of action, but you can smell the scene here that a few of the residents who live here are standing in ones or in pairs, probably discussing what they have also heard in the media. So that is the scene currently here at the residence of the Rawlingses, where Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings is reportedly dead. Their home is some few minutes away from the Ridge Hospital or the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, like I earlier mentioned, where she was reportedly on admission until she died. Back to you in the studio.
Very well, Gracie. Thank you so much for bringing us that from the residence of Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. If you just joined us, we're just hearing of breaking news this hour that the former First Lady, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, has passed. And as you heard Gracie talk to us about some of the things that she's done, her death, as we hear now, is coming roughly about 5 years after the passing of her husband, Ghana's first president of the Fourth Republic, Jerry John Rawlings. Let's tell you a bit more about the former First Lady. We will say that she is a Ghanaian politician. You heard Grace talk about how much she loved the 31st December Women's Movement, which she founded back in 1982, not only to empower women, but also to rally support for the the political period of the time. We very well know that she served as First Lady from 1971 and 1981. Then in 2000, where the NDC lost the election, ushering in a new party. We also know about the vast work she did with the women of the 31st December Women's Movement across all 10 regions of this country, nearly in every district of this country. Almost every market woman was part of the 31st December Women's Movement. And I'll tell you a bit more as, our coverage of her passing progresses. But Agyeman-Rawlings is also known for running for president in 2016, making her the first woman to do so in this country. She was born on November 17th, 1948, in Cape Coast, Ghana. She received her secondary education at the Chimoto School, where she met her future husband, Jerry John Rawlings. She studied art and textiles at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and then earned a diploma in interior design from the London College of Arts, among other qualifications in management and philanthropy. We also know that she did an 18-month internship in Switzerland. Now, she served as First Lady during her husband's 10 years as head of state and president, and that's why we talk about 1979 to 1982, thereabout. And then it also continues formally when the Fourth Republic is set in motion in 1992, where she stayed, not in office, but she stayed on as First Lady from that period until 2000. She also became the first vice chair of the NDC back in 2009. She challenged President John Evans Atta Mills for the party's flag bearership in 2011. Of course, we know the history that came along with that. She couldn't make that cut. She later left the party to form her own with a very similar name to the party her husband helped found, which is the National Democratic Party, NDP. She was the first female to run for president on the ticket of the NDP in that 2016 general election. She's done so much for women from across the country. There was no election in this country up until the 2000s that a 31st December Women's Movement didn't play a crucial role. I want to take you back in time a few years ago when she sat down with our Johnny Hughes. Let's hear her in her own words.
But it has a lot of information. You should go out there and grab your copy. It Takes a Woman. So the title of the book, It Takes a Woman, talks about your connection to the Asante leadership, the Queen Mother, and all of that, how they have shaped their sons to govern and rule and all of that. How is that? Maybe you'd want to throw a bit of more light on that for us.
Yeah. The title itself is a bit, you look at it and I'm at the back there, and you think I'm just going to talk about myself.
Right.
But the title is really to show that it really does take a woman to get things going, whether it's in the home, whether it's in the school. If you have more women in your factory, trust me, your factory will do better. If you give women the strength, they will work better. But to throw it back to what you said, in the Ashanti system, the woman is key.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you go to the, that's why it's matrilineal actually. So if you go to the kingdom or the chieftaincy institution, you will find that the strength of the woman sort of directs everything. So the Queen Mother is has all the strength, not just strength, but the capacity and capability to be the custodian of tradition. She knows who should do what should happen when. So she kind of directs, but she always takes a kind of a step back.
Okay.
She doesn't throw it in their faces. So even though the king himself is so powerful,
right,
it takes a woman to nurture him
I see.
and put him there. You know, so I'm kind of playing around with this, but at the same time, in every home, it takes a woman for the home to be a disciplined home.
Was that the case in your situation?
It was the case. It was the case.
So President Rawlings, for example, if he had a major decision to take, that would impact on the life of the people, you know, forever. I mean, most of his projects are out there. You had to guide him.
I thought you meant home as home.
Home, yes. Home as home. Because when he
Yeah.
appears, like Mr. Bembrako said, you went out to dance and all of that. I'm sure you'd have influenced, pushed him a bit and said,
no, if he asks my opinion on something, I will freely give it. If he doesn't ask my opinion on it, and maybe I hear it and I have an opinion on it,
right,
that I think may help in some way, I'll give it.
Right.
It's up to him to take it or not. But I thought you were talking about the home itself.
Right, the home itself.
The home itself.
The home itself, raising your children,
Raising the children.
what to put where,
Absolutely.
how to manage what. That was your turf. That was your corner.
That was my corner. But if he asks my opinion on issues, I'll give it.
Right.
Because I think that it is right so to do.
Yesterday was Ghana's 62nd birthday. You were missing for good reason. But a lot of people, young people hear about 1957 and they're thinking, what really happened during that time? You lived through the period.
I did.
What do you remember?
I think it was a very joyous time. I didn't understand it too much, you know. All I knew was that the Governor General would be leaving.
Right.
And President Nkrumah, who was then Prime Minister, was going to take over. And that...
sorry about that.
I'm sorry about my... things are going to get better for us as a nation. And we're not going to be exploited anymore.